Hey guys, what is going on? It is Spherical here. We are back with Gurren Lagann episode number 21. I actually didn't write any notes for 20 now that I think of it. But anyways, last episode, at the very end of the episode, Yoko showed up. That's all I really care about. That's all I'm gonna be thinking about going into this episode, because again, we haven't seen Yoko since pre-time skip, really. Again, I know we saw her in that one scene, but so it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5-ish episodes around there somewhere. It's been a minute. Also, of course, Simon has been fully sentenced to death. He was sent to a cell with Viral, where he was awaiting his execution. They fought a little bit, and then they got locked up together again. Rossiu has taken off with the whatever the ship is called, with pretty much the entirety of everybody who's left, except for all the scrubs who got left behind on Earth. They weren't they didn't make it in time. Of course, also Keaton specifically stayed back because he felt like that was the right thing to do, and he felt like, there's maybe something he can still do on Earth to fix this. So, of course, as I mentioned, we still have Keaton, Yoko, Simon, Viral on Earth. Those four. I don't know off the top of my head if anybody else is still on Earth. I also really liked seeing the map of Earth last episode. I don't know if we've ever seen a map in this show until now, but it's just interesting to see how the continents have shifted a little bit. I don't think they've ever really said where in the timeline this takes place, like if this is way in the future or if this is like an alternate kind of reality of Earth or what. I don't think they've ever really said that, but I would just assume it's just way in the future, way in our future. But anyways, I'm ready to get into it. So as always, links at the top of the description. It'll take you to Vimeo. You can watch the reaction highlight there and then head back here afterwards for the post-episode discussion. With that out of the way, let's get into the episode. That was episode 21. This episode was I think it was my favorite episode so far. It was such a this is kind of like the Avengers Assemble moment of the show, right? Where we're getting into the end. There's not a whole lot left. The remaining people who are all left all seem to have been kind of grouped onto a side together, even though they were divided for a while. And now all that's left is to defeat the bad guys. I like it. We'll start with Yoko's past. I really, really, really liked, well, not her past, but what she's been doing over the past 6 years. I just really like it. I like to see it. It's a really wholesome story, again, with those two kids. I really liked it. It put a smile on my face for sure. Again, I really hope that Yoko can go, return to them after this is all done and be like, hey, we're going back to how things used to be. I'm gonna be your teacher. This is all gonna be I really hope Yoko can just live her life after this, because I really saw from this episode that she really didn't want to get involved with all of that stuff. She just wanted to be a teacher, and that was that. And of course, everybody here has their own goals afterwards, right? So I don't know. I just hope that after this we can have peace. Maybe that's too much to ask for, I don't know. But as far as I know, there's no talk of either a second season or anything else. So as far as I know, after this show is done, they have to be in peace, right? Otherwise, there would be another season or something. Although, you know what, actually, that brings me to an important topic that I realized that I have not talked about once since this show began, that I should probably talk about now that we're getting to the end. There are 2 movies. Now, we're not going to react to them, or at least not right now. And that's that. I mean, there's not really much more to the story. The reason being is, one, just reacting to movies, it's harder to upload and it's kind of weird to do. And 2, I've actually heard that one of the movies, or maybe both of them, take a lot of aspects from the show, and it's kind of like a retelling, but a little bit different towards the end, I think, is at least one of the movies. So what I've heard is that it's a good thing to maybe wait a while after watching the show, maybe even like a year or a couple years when you want to rewatch the show, to then go ahead and watch the movies. I don't know how good of an advice that is, but regardless, I wasn't planning on reacting to them anyways. If I do watch them, it'll probably be on my own time. But I do want to get that out of the way because I have not talked about it at all. And with only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes left after this, I mean, we're going to be done in 2.5 weeks. So, with that also, for you guys on Patreon, it'll be, 2 weeks, I think, or a week and a half from now when the fan vote begins, or the poll for the next series. For you guys on YouTube, it'll only be half a week from now. I'm actually just going to confirm that because I have it scheduled already. I have everything scheduled. The next poll for After Gurren Lagann is going to begin on the 18th, which, yeah, it's in about a week and a half from now for you guys on Patreon. For you guys who are watching it on YouTube, as it was just uploaded, that'll be in a couple days. But of course, that will be over on patreon.com. But yeah, we're finishing up the show, and again, I just think it's crazy that there's still 5 whole episodes left. Like, what could happen in these last 5 episodes? That's a lot of time. Or 6. I keep saying there's 26. No, there's still 6 episodes left. But regardless, anyways, I'm gonna stop talking here. I'm kind of rambling on now. So, as always, if you want early access and or the full-length versions of these reactions, click that link in the description. Head to patreon.com/verticalfilms and check that out there. But with all of that out of the way, I thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back on Friday with episode number 22. Until then, peace out.